seems like it's been so long since I have just connected with you guys, and I wanted to take time just by myself and connect with you all and see how are you guys doing out there. So, this is the month of May, and the month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Wow. You know, and just to tell you a little bit about Mental Health Awareness Month, right? The month of May. It was established in 1949. And it was established to increase the importance of mental health and wellness in American lives and to celebrate recovery from mental illness. One of the reasons why I got into this field, I'm just going to just be, I don't know, a little transparent on this month of May, right? One of the reasons why I got into this field is because I really felt that within the Black community, we struggled quite a bit to understand the nuances of our mind and how it affects us physically, um, mentally, just not even things were always status quo. When we think about mental health, it's so very taboo in the Black community. And I never could understand why is it so taboo until after I started doing a little bit of research, right? And trying to figure out why is it difficult, for Black folk to even go to a regular doctor? Why do we have white coat syndrome, right? And so I began to really think about that. And I don't know, over the years, I been in the field for a while, right? And I never would have imagined that I would end up working with people who suffer with some severe mental illness. Currently, um, I work with co-occurring disorder. And I really never talk too much on this page about what I do for a living. All that a lot of you know is that I'm a student, a doctoral student, studying marriage and family therapy. But the reality is that yes, that is definitely who I am. However, I am also a therapist, and I've been one for quite some time. And I primarily work with people who have co-occurring disorders. However, I work in the field of substance abuse as well. And so when I look at like May being Mental Health Awareness Month, it just makes me reflect on um, we've came a little way, as Black folk, right? We've came a little bit away, but we still have so much more work to do in this area. Just really breaking the stigma of what people would portray what mental health really is. And it's amazing to me how, a few episodes ago, we talked about trauma and how we have generational trauma. And those generational traumas is what keeps us from getting the help that we need physically and mentally. And all that I wanted to do for this particular episode is just to reach out and just tell you guys that I still love you with the love of God. And we have to do better as a people to get our mental health under control. I wouldn't be me if we was not having that deep heart to heart conversation about our mental health. I think, you know, and as I look at the last 6 episodes that we have talked about, with Let's Recharge, right? Did I say welcome? Yeah, I took. Well, welcome to Let's Recharge, just in case I didn't tell you guys that. But when I was looking at some of the last 6 episodes that Let's Recharge have done, primarily focusing on church leadership and mental health, right? That will probably always be my focal, but I wanted to take the opportunity and just tell you guys how this is a serious matter. This is really serious, and I am a firm believer that if you don't deal with your mental health is going to deal with you. I mean, so some of those things that we talked about the last it seems like a couple months. I don't know, but I've been having an awesome time with you guys. So it seems like I've been doing it for a longer period of time. But some of those subjects that we've talked about was trauma. That trauma episode, if you have not, taken a look at that, it will bless your soul. It will really bless you, because we have to get to a point where we understand what trauma really is. Trauma is it is what it is, right? And the sooner that we acknowledge, that this is, that potentially this is what I got going on, the better off we will be as a human race, right? As even when you are encouraging other people as pastors or church leadership or even lay members, right? When you can admit that some of these things you have dealt with or you continue to deal with, it makes it easy for the next person to acknowledge what really is going on with them. We as therapists cannot help an individual until they acknowledge the fact that I have something going on. I don't know what it is, but there's something going on. And making sure that that individual who says that they have something going on doesn't feel like they're being stigmatized through the process. We are here to help. It is a lot of therapists out here that will meet your need in whichever it is, whether you prefer an African American male, whether you prefer a Caucasian female, or you may prefer a Muslim, you may prefer a Jewish, therapist. There's so many different therapists that will be able to meet your need wherever that need is. And me, I will personally help you find that person who you need, who you will feel comfortable with. As always, you can always reach me at Dedra.dlsmithconsultants.com. It's going to be down at the bottom because I think I done messed it up again. My editor always tells me this. Gotta laugh about it, you guys. But it's down there. It's down there. That is my email address. Reach out to me. I got you. But I just wanted to, do like a little bitty check in for everybody just to see because, we have been having some phenomenal conversations with everyone. We've been talking about trauma, we've been talking about imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome just came out. So take a look at these episodes. They are going to be awesome for you. Compassion fatigue. It's interesting. I had a conversation with someone and they told me that they do not have compassion fatigue or they've never gotten fatigued in that area. And I am really intrigued. I want to know a little bit more. I didn't have an opportunity to have a full conversation with that individual, but I'm intrigued to see exactly what does that mean not to be fatigued. Let me see. And then we talked about burnout. Man, I tell you, working on this doctoral degree, working a full time job, trying to do ministry all at the same time, it can create some burnout. So every now and then I have to take a look at that episode just so I can, refresh. Get some energy, maybe, okay, you got this, you can move forward, you can do another thing. So continue to reach out, but again, for the month of May, I am going to really be focusing on mental health. You may get me by myself. You may also get me and a couple more therapists because I really want to pour into you, pastors, not necessarily have someone sitting on my panel or sitting in here and we're having a conversation about it, but I really want to give you some good foundation on how to really deal with mental health. And guess what? You may feel like I got my mental health under control, I'm cool, but everybody in your church may not. So throughout this month, I'm going to also give you some ways where you can bring this to your ministry, even and help out some of the individuals in your ministry, because you might feel like you're okay, but I guarantee you, everybody in your congregation is not. And so, when you, as a pastor or the leader of a church, right, can stay woke, right, mental awareness woke, you have to bring it to the forefront. You are in positions of power, believe it or not, even though we say, I don't have, you know, I'm led by God. I don't have power. I don't have any of that. But some people look at you in that way. And so we have to call those things out like they are. There are individuals who look at you as a person of power, or a person that is so close to God that they can just come and talk to you, and God is going to hear you even when they don't hear them. When you are in those positions, you are responsible for the information that comes out of your mouth. And if you could even, acknowledge that, yes, people in your church need to take care of their physical health and their mental health. When it comes from you, it comes with a whole different punch. And I just want you to realize that, this is that type of power that you do have, and that type of help that you can give someone in your church. Listen, throughout this month, take some time and really look at your congregation, and, we talk about depression, we talk about anxiety, we talk about trauma, we talk about so many different, mental health disorders. But have you really and truly took a look at your congregants and took a temperature of your church to see who in fact could potentially need some additional help? Now, one of the things that I will be doing this month is having a conversation with NAMI, because I think it's important that you, whether you're in the city of Columbus, Ohio, or any other city, there's always a NAMI somewhere close by if it's not in the same city that you're in. And one of the things that I would like them to do is to have that conversation about some of the resources that they have. Because what I love about NAMI is, you may not be that individual that is suffering with the illness, but they will help you as either a caregiver, a friend, a pastor, right? They will help you help them. And I think that's kind of where we're at with a lot of things. If you feel like I have everything under control, that's cool. But somebody in your church does not. And so we want you to be equipped enough so that you can refer that person to the right individuals as well. So I'm excited about having NAMI step in. I'm hopeful it'll be in May. If it's not, it doesn't even matter, because I think it's valid information that needs to happen sooner than later. Um, and so we're, the goal is to have a couple more therapists on here that can just pour into everybody during this month. So if you think of ways, or if you don't know, different ways of kind of helping out your congregants in your church during this month of May, for Mental Health Awareness Month, please take a look at my website and also my email. Give me, a shout out, and I will help you in any way possible. If there is someone in your church that need a therapist, and they want a therapist that looks like them or think a little bit similar to what they look or think, please again reach out. I do have a whole wealth of therapists that I can definitely connect each and every one, from any denomination to any cultural ethnicity. So just reach out, and I can definitely make anything happen for you. And if I can't, the beauty of it is I know somebody who could, So again, this was just a quick check-in, Mental Health Awareness Month. I am loving you guys with the love of God. We are going to get through this all the way together. And just thank you for subscribing to me. Thank you for liking the stuff that I have to say. And thank you so much for sharing. You know, the more people get this information, the better off we're all going to be, because this is really and truly a community thing. This is a system thing. This is not an individual thing. No one has to suffer alone, right? No one has to suffer alone. We are here. We are ready to help. Please, please, please reach out. You guys have a blessed day, and thank you for tuning in to Let's Recharge, where we are all recharging together. Thank you.